Hello everyone, back tuning into today's video. Just going to have a look at weather through the course of later next week and tomorrow actually, because there could be some snow flurries around tomorrow. I mean, later next week, got some interesting trends in the models. We may start to see a bit of a high pressure developing around the Greenland area, and that could start to pull winds into the north. So overall it looks like staying quite cold really for the coming period. So let's just have a look at tomorrow's weather first of all, and this is the high resolution NAE model from the UK Met Office. You can find this model on the website Weather Online. You can find Weather Online, the link to Weather Online on my links page. What we're seeing here is an indication of snow flurries really across many parts of England, Wales. These light pink colours it looks like general sort of snow area, light snow, but actually these are snow flurries or snow showers coming out of this east to northeasterly wind. Now I don't think the snow is going to amount to too much, but over higher ground, say over the Pennines, maybe we'll see a covering of snow in one or two places. But really I think it's just going to be snow in the wind for most of us. Shouldn't cause too many problems, but it will be noticeable. But there'll be more snow falling across some parts of the country, I think, tomorrow. Now, going beyond this, the coming week, it looks like staying cold. These are the 10-day temperature means from the GFS model, or the 7-day temperature means from Friday the 22nd of February to Friday the 1st of March. We keep these blue colours going across the country and across many parts of Europe as well. A cold week coming up. Notice how warm it is across the far north of Scandinavia, though, up across the far north of Norway and Sweden. It's quite warm up there, or certainly warm for the time of the year. But the bulk of the continental landmasses below average and the British Isles will be in for quite a cold week as well. So these are the 500 millibar height anomaly charts, and 500 millibars, 80 pounds per feet, important area in the atmosphere, because that's where we get high pressure and low pressure developing. And as those high pressure and low pressures are moved around by the jet stream running above, that's really what gives us weather. So we can see back for 10 days time, we've got a ridge of high pressure here in the Atlantic going up towards southern Greenland and in towards the west of the east, I should say, the east of Canada. Quite an unusual sort of position of that area of high pressure actually. And we've got this trough here up over Scandinavia, so we're trying to pull winds in to the north, but the jet stream is running through that high pressure in towards the British Isles before it starts to split and dive south and go north. So it's not a perfect northerly situation by any means, but it's certainly a northwesterly to northerly sort of wind direction. And as I say, that could just bring us some colder weather down from the north. That's the ECMWF, but GFS is very similar. Again, the heights are in the Atlantic, going up towards eastern Canada and the far south of Greenland, with the trough here indicated by the blue colours, the trough of low pressure up over Scandinavia. So again, the suggestion is that we've got some sort of northwest or northerly flow coming down across the country. So having a look at the generic charts from models, and this is the situation for the middle of next week, Wednesday the 27th of February. The high pressure is sitting here right over the top of the country. So it's moved from Scandinavia down into the British Isles, and there it sits, giving us a lot of fine weather. Could be quite nice by day if you get some sunshine, probably still quite cold by night. Eventually though, we're going to find that high pressure starting to ridge out into the Atlantic as we go towards the end of next week, Friday the 1st of March, a week away. Taking that high pressure into the Atlantic, starting to show signs of it moving up towards Greenland. And as we go beyond this, then we start to signal that we might pull winds down into the north, but it's not a perfect Greenland high by any means, this, and eventually it starts to sink back down into the Atlantic. Although this is a cold front with the trough of low pressure up over Scandinavia, we are bringing down this northern front. That's probably bringing quite a lot of snow showers to Scotland, Northern Ireland, maybe parts of northern England as well. The ECMWF is very similar. The middle of next week, we have that high pressure sitting right over the top of the country, keeping it largely dry and settled. Then we take the high pressure out into the Atlantic through the end of next week, start to ridge it up towards Greenland as well, and then we pull down this northerly wind into next weekend, and that could be really quite a cold blast of northerly air indeed. But notice the high pressure is already starting to become decoupled from Greenland as we go in towards Sunday and then in towards Monday the 4th of March. We're starting to see that high pressure sinking down into the Atlantic, trying to pull winds back into more of a westerly flow, but it's still quite a cold sort of direction this, with the low pressure up to the north of Scotland bringing down this northwesterly wind. But it's not a perfect sort of blocking area of high pressure over Greenland. Finally, the GEM have that high pressure over the top of the country through Thursday, and go out beyond that. Then we take high pressure into the Atlantic. So it's good agreement that we retrogress to high pressure through the course of next week. Retrogression, of course, means going from east to west as opposed to zonal, which is west to east. So there is good agreement that we'll retrogress that high pressure into the Atlantic and pull down some sort of northerly wind at the end of next week and into next weekend. But quite how cold that is, how long it lasts, very uncertain really. That high pressure looks like it's going to quickly become decoupled from Greenland and start to sink back down into the Atlantic, cutting off that northerly supply there. So it's staying cold for the foreseeable future really, although the middle of next week won't be too bad once the high pressure sits over the country. Probably will be near normal by day, but it'll still be quite chilly by night. Then the signs of the retrogression at the end of next week, taking the high pressure into the Atlantic, starting to move it up towards Greenland as well. And some sort of northerly wind almost certainly coming down in response to that at the end of next week and into next weekend. But how long that northerly wind lasts, how cold it is, very much uncertain. So we're going to have to wait and see on it and see how it develops. It doesn't look like it's going to be a long-lasting northerly wind, but of course, famous last words. Well, I'll be doing the week ahead forecast tomorrow, so come back to that. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching.